How's everyone going today? You got a new camera. It's pretty sweet, isn't it? Just need to remember to turn on my vocal effects. There you go. That's how I should look and sound, right? Yeah, so I got a basically new condition 1989 something camera. It's a GE, some model, but it's a VHS camera. It's, I like the look of it a lot. I think it's pretty cool. It's got like this neat fade transition. Hang on. I'm gonna fade to black. Yeah, in-camera transitions. How cool is that? I love it. And it's really ergonomic and it's pretty lightweight. I wish that I had some good batteries for it to actually take it out somewhere, because I think that would be really fun. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Welcome. Who was first here? Jason. Jason was first. MS1, welcome. Welcome, Will. Welcome, Danny Gable. Welcome, yours, DJ. So, hopefully this background music isn't too annoying, because, what was I gonna say? Because the last, like, 30 streams that I did have, been, like, copyright claimed, demonetized. And yeah, it's kind of annoying that all the, even though like they were members only and everything. I'm just gonna shut off the music for now. Yeah, just one of the royalty-free music services I use. Just, I don't know, change record labels or something, but they're just claiming every single one. It's like every Monday, 3 to 5 of the streams get hit with some copyright claim. It's so annoying. It's happened like 30 times. It's supposed to be stream safe, royalty free, but I have to like clear every single one after the fact. It's just stupid. So yeah. So I'm not going to use White Bat Audio or Carl Casey music ever again. Really annoying. Had some of the best like synthwave music that was supposedly royalty free and everything, but it's like, I don't know. It's just really frustrating me. It's like, I don't know. I liked having a stream soundtrack. It was pretty good music, you know, as far as royalty free and everything, but it's like, wow, super lame. Anyway, so it might be fun to make some stream background music today. I don't know if we will. Most of the time when I write any music on stream, it just gets thrown away by the end. Like I just don't like it. I'm sick of it. And I haven't streamed since what, May, I think. Let me check here. It's been a while since I last streamed, and I've been busy. So my last stream was May 31st. Usually stream on the last Friday of the month, but that has come and gone too much. So now it's like, I'm going to stream when I feel like streaming, when I have the time available, when I don't have other things happening, and make the stream the priority that day. So, yeah, welcome XLO. Hey, Sydney. I didn't see you there. Yeah, I really like this camera. So it's like it was 26 Canadian dollars for this camera, and it's a full-size VHS recorder, and it's got a really cool like charger with all the audio video ins and outs are actually on the charger power brick. It's pretty cool. as well as on the camera. And yeah, it's just like a $20 capture card that has the yellow RCA connector. And, you know, in theory, this will work on anything. So it's, this is coming in at 720 by 576, and then upscaled to 1440p, and then probably downscaled to 1080p for you. But yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic, and you'll hear the actual camera. It was working before, now it's not. I'm not seeing any movement on the meters, but yeah, it's got like a weird auto gain compensation thing. So like a loud sound will just like duck everything and then slowly come back up. So back to main camera. I got the two cameras as close as I can to each other. Similar framing, but like obviously much different resolution. All right, so lots of questions coming in. We will get to questions in a bit. I got so much new stuff recently. Let's just do a bit of show and tell, I guess. Let's do this.
Behold my stuff.
I got a DS1 Wazacraft, and I like it best on the like custom mode. It's a pretty nice overdrive distortion for guitar. Who would have thought? It's a classic pedal, but the Wazacraft version does sound better. What else? Moog Theramini. That's kind of fun. Definitely not something that I need or even really wanted. But when you see something that's Moog at a pawn shop for a third of its regular price, you just impulse buy. So, yeah. And then what else? What else did I get? I got so many like tools, and like I went through a period from March to July where I would just buy like old tools, chisels, saws, what else? Screwdrivers, power tools, like everything I could find that was like dirt cheap and a little bit beat up. And especially if it had a wood handle, I would fix it up. And so that was kind of my hobby for 2 months or something like that. I cleaned up a ton of old tools, got them working again, and I think better quality than brand new tools with plastic handles, made in China, bad steel, all this stuff. So if it's lasted 50 years already, I can spend an hour cleaning it up and then get, you know, another lifetime of use out of it. So I love doing that stuff. Shout out, what is that company called? What is that YouTube channel called? Hand tool rescue. This is a new wrench, old style, but excellent quality. Highly recommend. Hand tool rescue YouTube channel, and also the tools that he makes and sells. I think they're great. So that, along with the screwdriver that he makes, was a Father's Day gift this year. Got a couple new camera lenses, new old camera lenses, some cheap adapters to make them work. So that overhead camera lens here, this is an old Vivitar lens, f2.8, Canon mount, and I've got that on Micro Four Thirds. Lots of little things like that. I don't think I got any new music gear other than what I've shown you. I haven't bought any plugins. Haven't really made any music. I don't know. So Danny got a 10-string Chapman stick. That's cool. And anyone else get some new gears? That Logitech microphone, my son broke it. Would you believe it? He was using that for Fortnite and he broke it. Butthead. I think the sound quality of the Logitech might be good. I should try plugging it in anyways. See if it works. No, that's not coming through. I don't think it has plug-in power. But look what he did to my favorite microphone. All right. All right, so first some questions. Mastering song based on plugins or based on DAWs? I don't think it matters. Definitely different DAWs have different sort of features that make the mastering process easier or achieve some of the technical things. Wavelab is kind of the most popular. When I do mastering and I don't need to do a DDP or anything like that, I just use Reaper. When I need to generate a DDP, I use the Hoffa tool for that. I'm not really a fan of the Wavelab workflow, but they've, it has everything. That's what most of the pros use. And then, yeah, use whatever plugins you want. RS5K Manager for drums. Have you ever gotten the choke groups to work? I haven't used that in a few years. So usually when I do choke groups for anything, I will use speed drum, and what else? Yeah, mostly speed drum. It's so weird not having any background music. I'm just gonna. How do I hear it? Oh, I turned down the track. We're just gonna have the Korg Volca sample looping in the background. So it's not dead silence the entire time. And then, I don't know if you'll be able to see it from this camera angle. The 8-bit, I think it's called 8-bit synth or something like that. 8-bit power synth, along with a CV step sequencer. So it's synced to the Volca for tempo. It's generating the CV pitch for this. So I can set the bass pitch with the red or black keys here, and then try different modes. So arpeggio mode. You can change the arpeggio timing. Tone controls. Yeah. I'm sure I've shown that a few times before. Okay, just so that there's some sort of noise here. Because it's weird if there's no noise at all. What was I gonna say? How'd he break it? I think he was just like pulling on it and broke it. I don't know. Tried to hide it. Emu 0404 interface. Interesting. Yeah, I've never really heard a difference in tone quality or sound quality between different audio interfaces. Mostly like, you know, the difference in output voltage I would notice, not so much like sound quality. Because like, yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of the stuff, you don't notice it until you're clipping it. In your opinion, what is the reason for Reaper sometimes not playing well at lower buffers compared to other DAWs like Logic, Studio One, or Pro Tools, speaking in regards to the M series Mac? I think sometimes it has trouble transitioning between the efficiency cores and the performance cores on the M series. I don't know. Reaper's made by just 2 people, so if those other DAWs work better, especially, you know, Logic, which is made by Apple, they have a bit of an advantage there. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't had a big problem with it, but I'm not doing sessions here, so, you know, I don't really have a need for super low latency. But that's my theory on it. And one setting I would check in Reaper's not audio preferences, it's on the buffering page. Try setting the behavior to aggressive instead of automatic. I think that helps. I haven't noticed an issue with that recently, but I've tried like pushing this fairly hard. Anyways, you can see my settings here for a M1 Max Studio. It's a little different when I would run on an Intel Mac or a PC, but generally just like take the default, cut it in half or lower. Don't use the auto detect cores. I don't know, just experiment, because everyone's going to have different settings based on what they're doing. So if they're mainly doing like direct guitar with VST amps, then they're going to need low latency and probably stack a bunch of tracks with that. But if you're doing like always direct monitoring, like none of that stuff really matters. It's just like VST performance when mixing. So I don't know. How to sidechain subtracts with a parallel container with previous effects. I don't think it's much different than normal parallel processing. Try just dragging the send from the trigger track into the plugin itself, and it should get your routing done for you. I don't know. It's not something I've tried. I can run Reaper at 16 samples with an SSL2, no issues with an i7 and 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I think everyone's system is a little bit different. You know, I know some people have issues with the M series. I haven't. Could be better, but it definitely suits my needs. Will, I thought that was the issue. You were just a little bit behind in the stream. That sidechain technique on the master, does that also work using a mic? I have a compressor ducking when I talk in OBS. Yeah, you could do the same thing for sure. There's not much to it. Like I showed, yeah, whatever signal is coming in on channels 3 and 4 will trigger your sidechain compression. Yeah, it should work. You can do it in Reaper if your mic is already going through Reaper. Mine's not, so I use the OBS ducking, I think. I don't even remember if I do. Yeah, I don't remember where that is. That's in filters? No. Hey, maybe I'm not. I thought I was. I guess I'm not. Can you name your favorite JS effects for mixing music? The soft clipper is one that I use a fair amount. What's that called? The Schwa soft clipper. I'll use that. Event Horizon limiter clipper is one I use a fair amount. The transient controller. Transient controller is just a basic attack and sustain thing. I usually just default to these settings. Plus 49 attack, minus 25 sustain. And I'll put that on toms, on snares, and other things. See if I have anything in my favorites folder. No. Event Horizon. This gate. This is an old one. I actually don't use that anymore. The soft clipper that I mentioned, and the transient controller I mentioned. Those are what I have in my favorites folder. But, I mean, there are a lot. Those are all included with Reaper. The what was it? Not bit meter. Channel mapper down mixer is pretty useful. The loudness meter, definitely useful. General Dynamics is worth a look as well, because it's very much like a surgical, a surgical compressor or dynamics toolbox. Like what other plugin allows you to set thresholds like this? Like that's strange. Yeah, but it's, I don't know. There's so many. Just try them. Volume Adjust JS plugin is most used in my arsenal. Yeah, I should probably give my own like plugin a mention. The minus 12 dB dim, which is in Repack, all it does is turn down the signal by 12 dB when it's active. So that's a quick like master track volume adjust. Or if you're doing something where you need a ton of gain to like clip something, to like clip a plugin and distort it in a certain way, but then you need to bring down the volume after that, minus 12 dB dim after you're doing that clipping is pretty nice. I've got a multi-channel volume trim, which was for adjusting the outputs of like Contact or Easy Drummer, Addictive Drums, being able to adjust all the volumes before it hits the main faders in Reaper. And then I've got another one that's just a single volume adjustment that does all the channels equally. So one that does in pairs and one all channels at the same time. And then the macro controller JS Effect is just a dummy plugin that you can link to other parameters using the parameter modulation. So you just put this in your chain and then you get 5 parameters that you can tweak. Do I do any orchestration? Not really. Yeah, I don't have a need to. Anytime I try to just fool around with it and try to learn it, I don't really get very far because there's no need to get good at it. No one's going to pay me to do it. So I don't know. I think I have I may have set up a template for it. Maybe. So I'd probably start with the Spitfire BBC Orchestra. I've got this layout set up to work with Reticulate. I forget my Reticulate shortcut. And yeah, this is just a helpful tool for doing articulations on different instruments. I guess this one doesn't really... Most of these don't have more than 1 or 2, but this is a tool you can use to... I didn't realize I was super zoomed in. This is a tool you can use to control your key switches, essentially. Where did that go? Come on. Don't dock it. There we go. It's like a key switch tool. So if you have, let's say we're on this track, and at this point we want to switch articulations, you can just double click and it will add that articulation at that point to the selected MIDI item instead of, shifting down your keyboard to hit the right octave and press the right key and stuff. You can just see it in the list with a button. Yeah, it's super easy. So different MIDI channels and then the different articulations that are available. And I thought you could do multiple. Oops. How did I do that? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't use it very much, but that's what I would start with. Have a template of, the basic orchestral instruments, all your favorite sort of things that fit that sound into the genre, whether it's ambient sort of synths or cyberpunk synths, a post-apocalyptic synths, your Mad Max toms and stuff like that, and build out a template of your favorite sounds, and either save those as track templates or save them as project templates. If you do track templates, you can just kind of easily add them into an existing project, or project templates you have to start new. And loading all these VSTs as you start the project may be kind of annoying. So that's what I would do. Eventually I will actually need to take the time and do that right. Because I'll spend a day playing with all the contact instruments. I've got a bunch from Rigid Audio. They're really cool. And then the next time I need one, I forget what each one is good at. So, and it's probably just because I don't end up recording any examples. I'll just play with it and go through presets. But yeah, it's I never remember it. I wish I did. What's this? War drums. I don't remember doing this. I set up a template a while ago. I don't remember how long ago, of a thing that I called war drums. They're cymbals, though, for some reason. I'll just mute all the cymbals. So I'm clipping some EQ. And then the toms are like EQ'd, processed in Addictive Drums. I don't really remember doing this. I thought I did a pitched down version of this. Oh, they are pitched down. Oh, so turn the pitch all the way down for each of these toms. I want Mad Max toms. I don't want to buy the Mad Max toms. When I saved it, I thought it sounded better. I think it might just need some reverb. That's probably what is missing. It's not bad. If I put the pitch back to normal on each of these. It doesn't have that war drums feel, so yeah. So yeah, set up templates like that. Forget about them for a while. I think it sounds okay. I see you have SSD 5.5 to use the ADSR on that much. Maybe. Do I use the ADSR? I don't know if I have a template started. No, in my starting point, I don't have the ADSR used. I think it's worth experimenting with. Where is the sample? Where's the, oh, there it is, instruments. Okay. Yes, I do use the ADSR for this purpose here. So I've got a kit called Extra Tight. And it's basically like all the drums are gated in a way. So where's the snare? I always forget how this works. Snare top. So like default is like all the way like that or something. Default's like that. But I shrink this stuff. I think you can do some really interesting things with that. Kind of make like a breakbeat sort of kit. I don't know if there's really like yeah, they don't have like a EDM patterns. All right. So if you take a pattern like this, right? If you do a full, like a normal drum kit with like the snare is way too ringy. Even just blowing back the sustain amount tightens it up. I think it's worth doing. Always tune my songs to tune my drums to the song's pitch. I usually go for like the lowest possible pitch that the drums sound good at. I don't really want the drums to have like a noticeable note. I find that distracting a lot of times. But yeah, if it's gonna have like a long ringing tone, it's gotta match the song. Very dissatisfied with the new theme adjuster. The old version had a narrow option for the mixer with the same fader height and layout. The new narrow ruins it. I mean, you can use any theme you want. You don't have to use the Reaper 7 theme. Oh. There we go. Okay. Mixer, narrow layout. Been a minute since I looked at this. There might be a way to do what you wanted. Yeah, there's a very, it's kind of requires the mixer height to be quite big to be able to have the fader there. I don't really remember what the narrow layout for Reaper 6 looked like. Layout A, narrow. Yeah, I do like this one better. I didn't want to save those settings. Yeah. Yeah. They kind of want to do something different each time. Different sort of criteria they want to fill. They can't always like preserve every setting or visual style each time. What is that all tracks, all bus bass toolbar on the left of the tracks? All right, so I showed this a bunch of times. Essentially, this is sorting the track view from this button down to here. These are sorting the tracks based on their names. So drums will show drums, but if I press this bass button, only tracks named bass will show. So go to all tracks, and then just bass. Anything with the word bus, anything with the word drums, guitar, keys, samples, percussion, vocal. Yeah. So what I'm using for that is a function called Locusana select tracks by name. And so you take this script here and you generate new scripts from this. So it must match cello. More than one track, let's say only top level tracks, which is like tracks that are not within folders. And then you'll also select the children of matches. So tracks that are inside of that folder. And then clicking on Go will make that selection, and clicking on Export Preset will create a script in here in the action list called Select Tracks by Name Cello. So this gets added to the toolbar. So this is just a docked toolbar on the left section of the dock. There's 3 dock sections that you can see here. I've got the effects browser on the right, the mixer in the middle, and this mixer toolbar on the left. So I have a bunch of different videos on essentially ways to do that sort of thing, like to have those as toggles, to have those as just buttons to only show. I think I've got some. Yeah, and then like older ways of doing that. There used to be a way with SWS extension to set that up, but it's sort of like discontinued. The script is much better. Okay. Okay, tutor. So you're saying if you have a song and it's a particular key and you use a drum kit from your library, you have to tune it. Will you lose original character of it? Yes. Generally, samples do okay with changing the pitch because they're all sort of individually sampled. I mean, it's not ideal. You can sort of lose punch, especially if you're going too far outside of the thing. Essentially, a pitch shift in a DAW is a sample rate conversion. If you go too far, it will sound bad. But too far in either direction will sound bad. But it may not sound as bad as different notes clashing, creating a third like beating tone, that sort of thing. Or it's, you don't want sort of any aspect of your mix to be out of tune. And if it's just like, you know, changing the pitch of the snare drum overtones slightly, it's better than, you know, having that sort of out of tune sort of thing. Can we use can you use a drum, like a sampled drum kit in your live production when the drummer's ill? You probably shouldn't. Hiring someone to take his place is probably the best thing. It's very noticeable when there's a drum machine instead of a drummer on stage. But if it's okay with you, you know, how that appears, then that's probably fine. Yeah, Mika, I agree. It would be nice to just shrink it without the layout completely changing. There's sort of like, yeah, there's sort of like 9 modes there, and they're all kind of dependent on how tall the mixer is. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to get something exactly the same. All right. More questions. Keep the questions coming, guys. A bit of news from something that I've covered on the channel before. So I've had the Novation Nocturn for many years. I got the keyboard like when it was first announced, and I was really interested in the controller, but I didn't end up getting that controller until the desktop controller until like 2019. And then as soon as I like made a video talking about it, like how it's still super useful and all this, they go and discontinue the software. Like probably 6 months after I made the video. And then like there's been no updates until today. Not today, but like, you know, very recently. So I I got an email this week from someone, I forget their name, but they created basically a new driver for the Novation Nocturn. And I've never seen the Novation Nocturn. Yeah, it looks like this. So a little desktop controller with endless rotaries, lots of buttons. It used to run on Mac and Windows. They were very slow about with each Mac update getting it working again. It's gone through many iterations of the software, but currently it's abandoned by Novation. So you can't make it work. Plugging it into a Mac, it just does nothing. It just doesn't work. But this software or this driver will make it work. It will actually make it recognizable by your computer, and then you'll be able to customize it. So I haven't gone through the whole process of plugging in and stuff because I've actually sold mine. I sold my original one. But I still have the keyboard version. I still have the keyboard version, which essentially works the same, except this version does get recognized as a generic MIDI controller. These knobs are assigned to like one specific thing. You can't change them. This software or driver should also work with this. So I think I'll check it out. Maybe I'll wait a bit until it's a little more refined. But yeah, if you've got a Novation Nocturne and you want it to work again, try out this thing. It's on GitHub and it's called AutoCrap. I don't have space in my desk for another keyboard. But yeah, that's I'm really happy that something has happened because I hate seeing like music production e-waste. The hardware is still good. It's just there's nothing to connect it to the operating system. So, very frustrating. So there's a comment here. For retuning drums, I layer samples, one for attack portion, another for sustained tune portion. It can sound less altered by resampling degradation. Yeah, I agree with that. That's probably worth the effort. Probably. Yeah, the attack portion doesn't really need to be tuned. Like that first maybe 10 milliseconds doesn't need to be tuned, but everything else after that can be tuned. Yeah, being able to independently control the volume of the attack and sustain and as different samples is pretty cool. Can I go over my workflow for arranging audio when using lanes? For example, after tracking guitar, vocal, then editing clip volume, length, remove breath. I haven't really been recording anything, so I don't think I have any examples that I can show that. Recently, when I record anything, I'm just using the old lane system or takes system. I'm just a lot more used to it. But yeah, I have some videos. They're a little bit older now, I guess. But whenever the lane system came out, I've put out videos about that. I think Reaper's updates have made that even easier since then, but Yeah, I don't think I have anything like new to report on that, or even like something I can show you. Let me see. Maybe see if I have a project. So often when I do a project, I'm not using lanes at all. Yeah, my most recent projects, I just don't have any lanes at all. Yeah, so everything in this project came from my synth rack. So like nothing is like synced to the DAW in here, and I keep every time I play it, I'm like, oh, this thing's at a time or clashing or. But I don't know if it is. Yeah, it's that one like echo. I like the lanes, but after I've got a lot of lanes, I tend to delete lanes that are not playing and go from there. Yeah, I think people overcomplicate it, and they don't commit to just like what was I gonna say? They don't just like find something that works and move on soon enough. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, they'll keep like multiple comps, and I don't think in a real project I've ever needed more than the one take that works. So I think people are overcomplicating it and like keeping things that they don't need to keep, and yeah, it just bloats the project, bloats the storage, and you're never going to use it. I always try to like commit the takes as soon as I can to like, you know, the like as I'm recording, I'm deleting ones that are obviously not good. I'm making a comp and then deleting everything else. That's so much better. I don't know why I didn't do that before. All right, let's use glue tools. Not glue tools. Let's use super glue. And then deep that for the song. The synth is out of time, isn't it? Maybe that's what it is. Like in a game, I'm the hoarder, but when it's music production, I don't know. There's already so many decisions I need to make when I'm producing something that I don't want to have like alternate takes, save for a rainy day takes, sometimes on Tuesday takes. Like I just need the one that works. And I don't care if I have to like time stretch it or replace it with samples or whatever. It's just like, I think people, I've seen people run into like a limit of like 100 lanes or something like that. And there's no practical way of displaying that on the screen. There's no practical way of listening to everything and being able to A/B compare across 100 things. Like 4 is like the max. Like if you do 4 takes, get rid of the 3 that don't work, then do 3 more takes and compare. Like there's no point in keeping all this stuff that is only good for like one note or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like this project here it's all recorded audio, and then it's either edited or overdubbed. I think some of these were like one take, but I usually like practice it a bunch of times. So most of these synths are made with my Poly D, and that's my RD6, and that's the Poly D. That's Poly D. That's Poly D. That's Poly D. I've been liking that workflow a lot. Just find a good sound, record it. I do occasionally run into an issue where I want to expand the song more than like one sort of idea, and then I have no way of going back and recreating that sound. But that's sort of like a cool part of analog in a way. I don't know. Let me try finding another project. This one's from April. Oops. Usually the first take is a keeper. Record your run-throughs. Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. I mean, like, if you can't play it, you should probably learn the part. I don't know. Have you ever noticed that a render sometimes sounds different to a master channel output? I think if everything else stays the same, like your monitoring's the same, you're playing it out of Reaper the same way. The only thing the render wouldn't include is your monitor effects. So things in your monitoring effects chain will affect what you hear in the project, but not rendered. I really don't like the hi-hats in this. This, if you guys didn't know, this is a decent sampler thing that I made. You can find it on my website. You can download it for free. You need decent sampler, and that's it. We made this. I talked about this, I don't know, January, maybe? It was last year. What it is, this drum machine. It's this drum machine, the RX-17. It's all the sounds from that processed through guitar pedals and vintage reverbs, and yeah, it's about as fun as you can make that thing, I guess. But it still sounds like it does. So, what was I looking for here? It sounds so drum machine-like. Yeah, I've randomized velocities and dequantized it, and it still sounds like ass. I don't know. I mean, it just sounds bad. There's only so much you can do when it sounds bad. Whatever. I have no idea how I got this sound. Oh, I think it's the, I think I'm modulating the filter with the LFO at a super high rate. Yeah, it's not coming through. Why is it not coming through? Oh, solo. Yeah, I forget exactly how I did it. Yeah, so I guess I'm modulating the filter at audio rate so that it creates sort of another tone. It doesn't sound as good as I had it. Well, this processing definitely changes it. So that's why I couldn't get the exact same sound. So, Jason, do you use Battalion much anymore? I've been kind of waiting for an update. They haven't updated since release, I think. Hey Jason, what do you think about a record button in Battalion? That seems useful, right? To record MIDI in to the sequencer. They talked about releasing a sequencer, possibly, from Battalion. Definitely needs a record button. This plugin's called Biome. Bring your own modular effects. I've just been going through presets. It's pretty fun. So, yeah, essentially it's a bunch of effect slots in the middle. And it's a serial processing. And then the lower section is all modulators. And then you drag from one thing to another. All right. You can also modulate modulators themselves. It's pretty neat. And there's a random button. So I think it's worth getting just for some effects like these. Because there's no like easy way to do resonator banks that are like, I can't think of a resonator bank plugin in Reaper or anything. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff you could do with this. Granular processing. I don't remember how to do the grow thing. Jason, do you remember how to do the macro function? I can't figure it out. I'm like dragging and nothing's connecting to it. Anyway, for multi-effects, things like drums, like retro color, usually works pretty well. No, I didn't get riffed. Hey, Mike. How's it going? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, Mike, if you just got here, you didn't see my new camera. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that it works. It's like low latency, like it's analog video. It's awesome. Yeah, I know. I should have some sort of a plan, but it's just been a long time since I streamed. So I wrote this one for Reaper 7. And then I didn't end up like having anything that I could like demo really. Like that were Reaper 7 specific things. But at least I got something like recorded. The camera is like so ergonomic. It's so nice to use, honestly. I can't really move it from the tripod. I'm just not getting any sort of grit out of this that I want. I know it's a sine wave, but like... Actually, maybe I do need to do that. Maybe I do need to actually mix in some of the square wave. Oh, it's probably that. No, it's not even. Like, it should be way more compressed sounding than this. It's just not. Presynth is too clean. That's kind of interesting. I want to see something. I want to see if using a random shape tempo synced. Let's see. 0.5. No. It like doesn't want to. Nah, that's annoying. Yeah, I reverted it. I don't know. I kind of liked the effect, but then it got too much. Distracting. Any like questions about stuff? I'm just kind of going through old projects right now. Didn't Reaper have an automatic stop playing if there was no more media items left? If there's setting for that, mine is not stopping even with an end marker during playback. Yeah, there is a setting. I don't like it. I usually turn it off. It's set to, I just search for stop. Stop/repeat at end of project. I usually have that off. Yeah, but it doesn't use the end marker for that. End marker is only for render length. Okay. I should try pumping the master bus. I actually didn't at all on this one. So just like in my video, I'm gonna take my kick, which is this sound, and I'm gonna send that out channel 3-4. Channel down mixer, 4 channels, and then key in. Had to do it. Yeah, let's do a collab. Why not? I'm always up for it. Musical talent, not always great, but willing to try. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about the other video camera. Oh yeah, this is from the VCR. Oh, you can't see that. This is from the VCR with the capture card. I was gonna get all those graphics and transitions and stuff. My previous camera that I bought did this, which is somewhat useful as like transition elements, but it did not film. It didn't capture an image very well. What we'll say. Oh yeah, and then this is a test from this one. So there's on the camera and then recording to VHS. There's the VHS playback. So I don't know, it's pretty similar. Like it doesn't degrade that much. Like current camera doesn't degrade that much recording to tape, but it doesn't like reblinding for some reason. It just stops. I got some cool glitches from the old camera. Actually, I'll just go get it. So this broken camera you're seeing footage of is from this Handycam, was it High 8? A newer camera than the other one, but much worse. Yeah, just because it's crap. It's dead. But I got a lot of these glitch recordings. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. So I can share these like these glitch things if anyone's looking to do retro video stuff. I'm not sure what this oh, that's just a Mac doing something weird. Yeah, if anyone's interested in that stuff, I can share that on the Discord. Yeah, and this I had the wrong wrong, what do you call it? White balance on that camera. Yeah, so just for these glitches, these little glitch things, I think it's worth the $10 I paid for that camera. But I'm happy with the look of this camera. I think it's pretty cool. Gotta get this set up more permanently. I've got it set weird. People have been liking a 4:3 aspect ratio. Like every time I see a video that uses it on YouTube, there's always comments saying that they like it. I don't know. Okay. I mean, there is so many different like Reaper scripts and things that have been on my list to check out. I just haven't. Just haven't felt like it. Is there anything new that you guys have checked out that you enjoy? I need to redo my newsletter. I need to start doing that on a regular basis again. I kind of stopped this year. It's like a corrupted nostalgia, I think. I should see what this looks like with the some filters. What is the thing? A thing called retro effects. I'm not really seeing a difference. That's fun. Oh, it's frozen. Why is it frozen? Okay, weird. I was gonna put some effect on. That better? I think that's pretty cool. Filters. So yeah, I need a TV image. I'm seeing, I searched it. I'm getting a ton of, not ChatGPT. What's the word? Midjourney. I haven't used Midjourney in months. It was fun, but I don't know. Lost interest, I guess. Okay. Document, stream assets. That works pretty well. I think that works pretty well. I mean, it still looks like a stock image, but I don't know. Maybe I could crop the outside. I'd need to do it in image editor. One sec. That's better, right? And now I can do my main screen and not use this. I'll add in my VirtualCam screen. And then just move that up. No. Down. How's that? What was that? It looks like the edges got screwed when you zoomed out. Zoom it back, it will go away. TV crop. I think when it's shrunk down, it'll look fine. Okay, the other thing I want to do with, what was it? The logo. Yeah. Just want another version of this with a drop shadow. So dupe. And then this one, fill black. Shift, shift. And save. Okay, and then that one, go in there. This one will go away. I probably should have got the size right, but. That look better? That probably looks better. It's fun, right? Yeah. Okay. So that was fun. I'm glad I did that. It's something I wanted to do for a while. And now I can copy these two and then fix it for when yeah, there we go. Maybe the logo's a bit big. $75. All right. So that said 99. No. Wait, this one. I'm just doing OBS stuff over here. Paste reference. Okay. And then this one and this one. Copy. Yeah, I guess I never used this one. Cool. What else? That's what this one looks like. I should probably have one without the frame. Maybe. I have a lot of scenes. Not that one. Oh yeah, that camera's not plugged in, so that's fine. That camera's not plugged in, so that's fine. I have a lot of scenes, yeah. GoPro still working? Hey, GoPro is still working. That's amazing. Cool. I think the frame takes up too much space. I don't know. Actually, it could go up a bit. See, on my screen, it's in a much smaller window, so I'm not seeing full screen preview. Full screen. Yeah, it does take up quite a bit of space, but at the very least, I will move the image all the way to the top corner. Keeps doing selection, not. It won't let me put it exactly where I want it. Like, is that better? Like, if I crop off the controls of the TV, is that better? And it's you don't see the notification area of the Mac, right? You don't see the menus coming up behind the monitor. Yeah, that looks okay. All right, I'm gonna do the streaming playlist without Carl Casey's music, and hopefully that works. Stream mix. I just can't go all day without music. So I'm gonna move it right like 1 pixel, 2 pixels, and up 1. Okay. Okay, and so I'm looking for the not the square logo, but this one. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. All right. Okay, so it's right, but it's not. It's almost right. It needs the drop shadow. What am I doing? Okay, and then what was the size of this one? It doesn't really show me the size, just the crop factor. Okay, very slightly different, but better. Hello, AK5K. Hello, Alan. Hello, Steven. Hello, Gemex. Davi's here too. Sorry if I didn't mention you earlier. Yeah, so we've been, the past, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, we've been tweaking this retro camera layout. And I'm going to copy it over to my other scenes. That needs to be above. Interesting that it doesn't paste it in the same order all the time. I really should separate the what do you call it? The camera from the frame, but oh well. I can always go to here, turn off the TV frame, and then go back here, and then without the frame, bring it back here, turn off the filter, and then there's me without the filter. But yeah, filter is cool. Can add in another filter. No, that's bad. Too much. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This looks fine. Okay. I think it looks good. It's not a real TV, and that's what I would prefer. Have a VHS camera as my main camera that projects to a TV, and I have a good quality camera pointed at the TV in real time, and that's what you guys see. There's a really cool stream layout that a retro game streamer uses. And what people see is the CRT, a stack of CRT TVs, and just like a live webcam, or I don't know, probably 4K camera pointed at them. But it's just like perfectly color adjusted and everything that it looks like a stream layout, like a graphic design layout, but it's all analog hardware and camera. I forget the streamer's name. All right, so I guess that's all done. I have to turn my air conditioner on. Should probably just like go make lunch and stuff. You know what? I think we're gonna wrap up here. It's been a couple hours, and yeah, kind of achieved all I wanted to do. Connect with the community a little bit and do a bit of a stream. And yeah, I will see you guys another day in another video. garbage trucks driving by right now. Join the Discord, Facebook, Twitter, go to the website, all this stuff. Hope you had a good time. I'll see you guys later. Try to do it a little more regularly. All right. See you guys.